I'm just trying to prepare the cards, get the cards shuffled, and selecting my music. And the music of your energy was very enchanting, very mystical. And when I was shuffling the cards and I moved what was on the bottom because it was the mystic. And so as I'm going to, clean and clear, pray and charge, it came out. So this is an energy, and it's 21, which is like a completed cycle within, because that's the world card. There's something very deep and mysterious. I don't know exactly how this applies right now, but I feel like I need to keep this card out. Welcome to Moonlight Truth Studios, Scorpio. Your energy, Scorpio, is very deep, and it's very mystical. It's very mysterious. And of course, that's the scorpionic depth. That's the energy. But there's something within this depth that this sweetness, it's like the sweet spot. It's like this space between worlds. And it's like some of the Scorpio collectives, you have kind of been told that these things have been taboo. These things are wrong. These things, you can't have those type of thoughts, or those, do those type of things, or feel these particular ways. But it's like these things just keep, like, there's like this calling. It's like there's this pulling into this deeper knowing. And this Taurus season for the Scorpio portion here on the axis, it's really going to show you how to stabilize that. This Taurus energy is going to show you how to bring stability, or to bring comfort within it, so that you can actually become courageous within stepping forward within the vulnerability of both realms of being between the worlds, which is also that underworld energy that we have here from the collective message that will be attached at the end somewhere. The intensities within truths, or things within our shadows. But this seems like the sweet nectar almost feels like an ancestral unlocking, a deeper knowledge, quest of knowledge, all that jazz. You know what to do here in the YouTube streets. All the information you need for any personal consultations will be linked down below. I come with my faults, my flaws, my hiccups, and all my imperfections and interruptions, and sometimes irritations too, because I come as a holistic individual with experience. So, yeah, for any personal consultations down below, I don't know if I said that or not. If you are truly ready to face the things that are between you and your soul and your purpose, then this is the space for you. If you are seeking after truth within your healing journey to evolve, to change, to bring more mental and emotional maturity or clarity into your life, then this is the space for you. Um, yeah, so let's go into this a little bit deeper and see what wants to come out. There's an astrological influence that's beneath the surface that wants to express itself, that is coming from the perspective of your soul. Okay. And I have my shamanic deck over here as well, because I kind of feel like there's a pulling towards that as well. I do not come with the microwave effect, okay? I ramble as well within my rambles of my life experience, which is story time. There's something within it. You just have to allow yourself to discern what is for you and what is not, okay? This too is still a general message. So your tidbit or your main message may be in another placement, okay? And yeah, learn about your natal charts for those of you that do not know. Supreme creative source, ancient of the ancient ancestors, higher realms of our greatest good. What is it that we in the collective energy of Scorpio need to see, hear, and know at this time? Because there's also, not remember, but in the collective Taurus season message, family and home and emotions came out with the Cancer energy as well, and nurturing. Scorpio. Can be clear and precise. Okay. Come on, so at the top, progressions, journey. Yeah, this is that mystical journey. This is coming to unlock, to break the chains for some of you, to break the chains of the taboo, of the old. That's that Hierophant energy, the morals, the principles within that Taurus. That's the Hierophant, the priest. This is breaking old traditions. This is just going against the odds to go and find truth. What is here? This is I'm gonna place you here. 56. Change. Change within service, change within family. This is change within how you view family, the identity of family. Um, but this is also that mystical energy of the sacred or ancient wisdom that the blood within your lineage also carries within that realm of the underworld or the underbelly. But there's certain things within the depth of the shadows of the trauma within that that needs to kind of be surfaced or brought up. So this is either going to be happening or this is what you're being asked to do, to bring these things up, to allow these emotions to flow freely within yourself so that you can actually come to nurture them. Okay. Some of you are going to find sexual intercourse as a way of outlet um, of certain old emotions or old ways. It's almost like a realization while you're having sex and certain behaviors, like certain reflections of either your past or like your generational relationships of stories or through the grapevines that you may have heard about that will be coming and surfacing up. um but yeah, let's see what this is. Midhaven, the pinnacle, that's the sweet spot, that's the north node. So my Scorpios that are here, if you're still here with Mama So, thank you, appreciate you. There's a strong emphasis. What's beneath the surface, the overall energy that your soul wants you to focus on your North Star, on your North Node, your spiritual quest, your spiritual service. This is also, I'm hearing spiritual findings, something about spiritual findings. These findings could be the keys that I saw in the Taurus energy, because these are appearing, these different pillars are appearing to be many different doors, and it's almost like these many different doors that along the way to get to them you have to come across the keys, that when you come to the door you'll have the keys to actually go and unlock the doors, that then returns you back into spirit, that returns you back into spirit, that returns you back into spirit, the power, the source. Because this is giving me also the energy of the phoenix. The phoenix rising is what that is giving the essence of. But within the heart, it's the solar plexus and the root within the sacral, being able to be expressive within its creativity, being able to be free within its sweet essence of flow, of vulnerability through the acceptance of what is in between and what it is and how it is that you may perceive or receive the information that brings the bounty or the steadiness or the security that is needed individually for you within your own life, and not looking and reflecting on the things of how family or how other people or how says that it's supposed to be. I feel like there's a shamanic here, so I'm going to follow suit, but I don't have any stands here. Can we do that like that without it falling over? There's something about listening to mystical or native flutes, enchanted flutes, or mystical enchanted frequencies for a grounding, a hertz for grounding, or maybe grounding, centering, breathing exercises may be useful. Working with crystals that anchor, that can anchor, help to anchor you in, to keep you from going too deep or too far, too fast, too soon before you're actually ready to process. But however, in the energy of this crimson horse, this fire horse, it is going to be those things. It is going to be those pushes, but you have to know when to discern how to settle it down, how to anchor it down, how to say no, not today, how to, just go and focus within the house so that you can actually go in to collect the information or the data. So when you come to the doors, the doors within the opportunities of your sweet spots within the metaphysical parts of spirit that wants to come alive to create into this reality, you can actually do so. I hope I did not lose anybody. This is part of your journey for you to progress, to move ahead. This is what the soul is needing you to know, to move ahead, to focus on the north, the midhaven, the journey of the midhaven. And the midhaven is the journey first 1 through 9 within the natal chart, the 1 through 9, the Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Cycles of the lower desires, to process the cycles of one's lower desires. These lower desires don't necessarily mean within sex or drugs. That's not what lower desires. Lower desires can be those things that you hold in secret, can be those things, certain temperaments, or, certain behaviors, or certain patterns, or certain traumas, or certain vulnerabilities. The farther gate, bold step forward, 5-5. That's the journey. The divine matrix. That's that mystic. That's the mystical fortune. The further gate. Bold step forward to bring the change, to achieve. 55 and then 56. I don't think you'll see that too good. You're putting that in the wrong place. Thank you. I don't know. There's a greater vision. There's a change within vision. Let's go further into this. There's a dramatic, bold change that the air of Uranus and Gemini is going to be bringing in. There's a further gates, because remember, Gemini is the gates, and we have 5-5. It's not an 11-11, it's a 5-5. So you can be seeing the frequency code or seeing things around in 5-5. That's letting you know, for some of you, that something's shifting, something's going to change. Like, it's going to be a strong, spontaneous change that's not going to be within your control or within your hands, within reason. But it's for you to be able to walk through the threshold, to be willing to walk through the threshold of the unknowing, of the unseen, of the forsaken. That is what I'm channeling. Can I take a moment, Supreme? I just need a second. Yes. Gate is in front of the journey. Bold step forward, progression into the journey. 5-5-5-6. It's there again. 5-5-5-6. 3 5s. And the number of 6 is of service. I don't know. There's something deep over here with this mystic, especially with it being on the world card number of completion, of a cycle completing. Let's go further. I need a little bit of a physical I need to ground this out with a little bit of physical. So I'm going to use my tea leaf. Why did it just feel like something was on my lap? I don't know. At my knees. I'm getting used to having my all of my clairs, you know, touch, feel, whatever. I don't know all the names of them, but the five senses, okay, that Leo energy, the five senses, you know, and they integrate into the sixth sense. That's one half. There's something very deep here. Kind of want to know, like, do I want to just? There's something with the past. There's something with the haunted past. Divert. There's something about the haunting past that needs attention, because that seems like that is the hold that's keeping the steps of being bold from stepping into this new life, into this new spiritual journey, into this new evolution journey, self-awareness, self-discovery, the quest of knowledge, of seeking after truths, healing, the journey of healing. I said that already because Chiron popped in my mind. Let's see. What's this haunted past that we need to bring attention to from the Scorpio collective? Ooh. Industry. Local artisan, money handler, manufacturers, international merchants. That's money. The exchange of money. The lessons of greed behind the pain of trauma. I mean, the poverty. That's the resource energy of Taurus. So it's almost like the haunted past and having to constantly make things, constantly having to invest, constantly having to, because they look like they're working. This is also here discrimination as well, being discriminated against. This is like people speaking out against you, social, sexual, you know, religious, it doesn't matter. Industry is just that feels like work industry, but this is also giving that creativity within the art and what's possessed within the sweet nectar, but something within the past, within the sacredness, was discriminated against. It was denied, it was hushed, it was held secret. And so it's like some of you now are becoming very curious to what's being said, what's being discriminated, what's being spoken. You're curious. And that's why I'm seeing the motion within the step through the threshold, being bold, being confident, because you know that there's something greater here for you to experience and to achieve. Hmm. Religion for some of you and Jesus Christ and this or Allah, you know, no disrespect, because I've walked through all of them. It's like you're like, you know what? I need my own identity, because there's one source in all of it, and each one just want their own individual light. Oh, the discrimination. And in this life, I feel that you desire that light. You desire, crave that curiosity again, and wanting to know how to manufacture, how to bring those visions, how to bring them into reality, how to make them materialize instead of just be something that is innate or just dwelling and living inside of you that desires and burns to live. I feel like I want to know what's currently standing in the way. And I'm going to use the tea leaf for that. I'm kind of cross between the tea leaf and my Kepler. currently. But I think I'm going to see if anything wants to come out that's not a bunch of cards. Because the energy of the industry and the discrimination, it feels like the South Node energy, the opposite energy of the IC, which is the ancestral past or family. Um, just within that, even though it can be different, your North and South Node can be positioned different from the IC. However, so yeah, that's what that feels like. It feels like North Node, South Node energy, the discrimination within the past. Again, the past, child life, growing up, um, past lives that you have lived, and ancestral. I'm a little bit tired. Let's see. Standing in the way of my Scorpios at this time, keeping them from being able to get to the gate to begin the progression of moving forward. The bull, the claw, the bull. Do not break down from back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Yeah, they've just been breaking down because of the discrimination. Not really being able to step boldly as you desire to step because of the whispers, or constantly, because it's almost like keeping quiet, not speaking up, not wanting to, show a side of you, allow that side of you to be exposed. So do not back down from opposition, whatever those pressures may be that may have been arising, emotional pressures, family pressures, job pressures. It can come in many, self pressure of self, beating the self up comes in many ways. Okay. Anywho, the claw. Be careful. Do not take risk. I feel like this is saying that you have been too careful, and that's been keeping you from taking the risk and stepping forward and not grounding, that bull, Taurus, right? Grounded. The claw, it looks like it's digging in dirt. So a lot of my Scorpios, you're not grounded right now. You need to be grounded, anchored in. You need to learn how to center yourself through breath. And once you come to center yourself through breath, then that's when you can do visual work and allow yourself to see the receiving roots to go anchor down and the giving roots to anchor down. So that way you can receive the information that is needed within the mycelium of the universe and cosmos that feeds through the earth, daughter Gaia, mother earth, however you want to say it. So that way you can then dispense the things that are no longer serving you, or that is not of you, especially for those that are empaths, that's not of you, to deposit back. Then that way you can come more familiar with the energy that you house within your physical body. I do desire that I got that out clearly. There's a mystical animal message that we're going to bring forward here, for you. I don't really feel like, I'm having a moment. I don't really feel like it's necessary for any tarot, because this is really kind of clear to me, because everything else is really up to you. The peacock, the radiant peacock's display, that's that being bold, that's not backing down, that's being grounded, right? Going against the grain and those whispers within the past, within the ancestral past, that says that you can't flaunt what it is that you that you have, or who you are, as that between world individual, as that mystic, as that knowing, that underworld connection within the dark matter, within the matter of plasma. I'm hearing it says showcase your talents and achievements with confidence. Share your successes and skills with pride. Let yourself be vulnerable. Accept those parts of you. Allow those parts of you to integrate, to become one, okay? Because people are always going to have something to say, or always going to be intrusive. Your visibility, let's start, I don't know. Share your successes and skills with pride. Your visibility will open doors. That's that sweet nectar. That's that new opportunities. That's that midhaven, the North Star opportunities and recognition. Finally being able to be seen, those coming to you, instead of speaking out against you, they're actually, hey, let's approach her. We need to go talk to her instead of talking about you behind your back and discriminating. So, but you have to walk in your walk. You have to be boldly willing to make the necessary changes within yourself and just allow the self to become and be beautiful as you are, and awkward as you are as well. Having that divine connection to source within that placement, that house placement, and where your Scorpio placement is as well. So that is all Mama So has for you. I am having a meltdown, 3122. I am having a meltdown right now, but I do desire that you're able to make some sense of this and that you can ground this energy out for yourself individually. But I do strongly feel that your money, things of money and how your family has went about money, or maybe family controlling money and certain things, and you have to speak up and speak out in certain things. I don't know, it comes in many ways. This can also be something within family inheritance as well, around investments and property and stuff, this as well as the spiritual gifts that you contain. But again, I'm rambling, I'm hot. Until next time, my beautiful Scorpios, I am Mama So signing out with her hot flash. Until then, I heard burn it off. I don't know exactly how that is for you, burn it off, but smudging, burn it off, um, could be a written petition burned by fire. It could be a ceremonial of an object being burned in the fire. I don't know. I'm just looking at this here. That's been crafted within the past, through social, religion, whatever. But that's all I have. Until then, thanks again. Watch a video. The connection, the connecting crosses. There will be a playlist that will be titled Taurus Season 2026 to make it easier for you to go into, which is the part of Moonlight Truth Studios. Okay, my studios are my playlist, but some of you also may be dealing with heartburn and indigestion. And what I'm hearing here is that this heartburn and this indigestion is because of the fear of moving and taking the bold step to move forward. That is creating a block between the solar plexus within you of your power to ignite and speak. This is holding back and clenching the heart, okay? Clenching the heart, keeping the heart from being able to move freely. And I do say,